Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. This is a video on a heavy gunner full health build, mid-range as well, so not too high. I'm level 377. This will cover pretty much up to 377 and possibly beyond if you want to take it further. So let's have a quick look at what 377 gets you. So first of all, we're going to have a look at our legendary perks. So 377, so each one of these opens up. So the first one opens up at 50, then I think 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. And as you know, as you're going through your grades, you're getting loads of perk cards you don't want, so you scrap them. So when you want to boost one of these up, the first star is always there. Second star is 50 cards to build to upgrade. Then I think 100 cards to upgrade. Then I think 150 to upgrade. And by then, you're level 100, you get your next card, you upgrade that, you get your next card, you upgrade that, you get your next card, and so on and so forth. Now, each one of these cards will eventually get you 5 extra slots. So as you see, I've boosted up to level 3, level 3, level 3, level 4, level 3 and level 2. Electric absorption, you don't really need it beyond level 2 or 3. It works fine. Other cards you can add to that one, you've got Ammo Factory, Blood Sacrifice, Brawling Chemist, Collateral Damage, Detonation, Contagion, Exploding Palm, Far-Flung Fireworks, Follow Through, Funky Duds, Hack and Slash, Master Infiltrator, very good to have that ranked out to full 4 stars when you want to do a nuclear silo, because that one, when it's fully ranked out, you unlock level 3 doors and terminals. They just instantly open. Saves you so much time when you're doing a nuke run. Power Armor Reboot, as long as you got matching armor and you've ranked it up, you get a 40% chance to auto revive when you're downed in power armor. Not really too much of a problem with a full health build. Power Sprinter, don't bother with it. When you go in, just have a look at what's available, and I'm sure you'll be able to find a quick video on YouTube explaining each and every single one of them. I tend to just have electrical absorption, so when I'm in power armor, it charges up my power cores for me. And we'll explain the importance of charging up power cores in a few seconds. So let's have a look at my card. So with my added on, so imagine each perk card, each one of these is at 10. Then you added 5, so you have a maximum of 15 in each. So I've got Strength 14, Perception 3. The reason why I have 3, Grenadier 2 points, Concentrated Fire, you only need it in 1 point. Good if you're doing certain events or tasks that requires you to cripple a limb. But the main thing is it allows you 3 lockpicks. That's literally the main thing. As long as you can get your 3 lockpicks in there to unlock level 3 locks, and you've got your Grenader or Grenadier, depending on how you pronounce that. Exterminator, Glow Sight, all just require 3. Endurance is 8. Got a few cards just for health and life there. Photosynthetic, that helps with your Health regen, not a necessary card, I just happen to have it. Adamantium skeleton, just have that at level 1, stops you getting broken bones so often. Fireproof, that one's a necessary, especially with characters doing flame attack, but this particular character is wearing armor that has a few flame-proof perks in there, and I've also got asbestos lining, which stops you getting set on fire in the first place. Sunkiss just helps you regen that radiation damage. Once again, not necessarily if you're a low health player and you haven't got enough slots for all these perk cards. Most of these aren't necessary. And Cola Nut. So if you're, well, when you drink Nuka-Cola, it just makes your Nuka-Cola worth so much more. Let's get rid of that one and put in Rejuvenated, because once you're fully fed and fully watered, this helps the benefits of being fully fed and fully hydrated. Over in Charisma, we have got Inspirational. This is a useful card to have to build up your XP points, especially if you're a low end player and you want to start earning more XP as fast as possible. Strange in numbers, if you do have any mutations, which we'll cover in a little while, it just makes the positive side of those mutations stronger. Animal Friend, let's get rid of that one. That's if you want to get a camp pet. Plenty of videos out there in that one. There is either Suppressor, reduce your target's damage for 30% for 2 seconds, or Friendly Fire if you are running an event which involves keeping non-player characters, NPCs, alive. Let's pop in Suppressor. Demo Expert just makes any explosive weapon you've got better. Batteries included. If you've got a lot of energy weapons and cores, they weigh a lot, so anything to make them lighter the better. Gunsmith, if you've got weapons that break easily, especially 2-shot explosive weapons, they break very easily. Over in Agility, we have got Action Boy. Really only useful if you're using VATs and you want your action points to regenerate faster. Some of the weapons we're going to be using are going to be using VATs, but it's not really a necessary card. Born Survivor, if you are falling below 40% health, will automatically use a stim pack every 20 seconds. Useful on a full health build. Once again, not that important. You can just use the auto inject button yourself. On a controller like I'm using, it's just D-pad to the right. Gung Fu, if you are using VAT, so a lot of these action and Gung Fu are for VAT users. I have one weapon I use VAT, well I've got a few, we'll go through those. But this just means if you kill someone before your points run out, your AP points, action points run out, you're able to swap to another character and another character and enemy, and it just ramps up the damage you do to them. And Adrenaline, the more you kill, once again, the more you ramp up the strength of your attacks. Over in Luck, we have Bloody Mess. 15% bonus damage, always useful. Class Freak, the equal and opposite of, where is it? Strange in Numbers. This reduces negative effects where Strange in Numbers increases positive. Both useful to have. And if you have any mutations, useful to have. Most people by level 50 have at least 1 or 2 mutations. We'll go into those. And Starch Genes. Once again, if you have those mutations, you don't want to lose those mutations, and it stops you getting other mutations that you don't want. And Better Criticals. Once again, another VATS related card, which is synergist with Action Boy, Gung Fu. Basically, if you're using VATs and you've got criticals, this will just make those criticals somewhat better. Let's have a look at the swap out cards. So we got super duper. I swap that one in when I'm basically making stuff, gives you a chance of making 2. 1 gun army. Some of the tasks you need to do will often ask you to cripple a limb. If you're a heavy gun user, you need this one to cripple limbs. Good result. We've just come out of meat week, so if you want to keep that meat fresh, you need good result. And critical savvy. Once again, when you're using VATs, this means you're only using half of your VAT meter, so you get your VATs at least every second or third shot, even without your luck being too high. Over in agility, some of our swap out cards. Don't need that one. Ammo Smith, if you're creating ammo. Very rarely nowadays do you create ammo. Born Survivor. We've already got that one, so I don't need that one. Enforcer, that's if you want a shotgun build. Home Defense, if you're going to build gun turrets in your camp, you're going to need that one. Over Intelligence, Armourer, you're going to need that when you make armourer. Chemist when you make drugs. Contractor when you are building stuff in your camp. Demo Expert, sometimes if you swap these cards around, you've only got room for a level 3 Demo Expert. Hacker, you need that for hacking. Fix It Good, you need that for fixing armour. Gunsmith, same thing as what we just mentioned before. Some of my other builds, I fill up the intelligent bar with other stuff. So that's just there. Hacker for when you're hacking. Makeshift Warrior, that is for handheld weapons. Hacking, that's if you want to put that in when you're a right early build. That just makes your right away work that much better. Power Patcher, you need that for fixing power armor. Power Smith, you need that for crafting power armor. Power User, you need that if you're going to be shooting off weapons that use a power core. Science, Science and Science, used for crafting energy weapons, also used if you're using some of the energy weapons, but not heavy energy weapons, which we're doing today. Stabilized in power armor, heavy gains, heavy out in jeez, can't get my words out. In power armor, heavy guns gain excellent accuracy and ignore 45% of armor. So pretty much turns any weapon that you're carrying into an anti-armor weapon. Weapons Artisan, use that when you're fixing weapons, and it will get you 200% of that weapon instead of 100%. Over in Charisma, we have Friendly Fire, as mentioned, keep those NPCs alive, and Animal Friend if you want to get yourself a camp pet. There are plenty of videos out there how to do that. Angry Turtle has done one quite recently, and it's well worth watching. Over in Endurance, we have Cannibal, so you can eat that zombie meat and get some of your health back. Cola Nut makes your Nuka-Cola that much better. Ghoulish, if you are doing an event where you know you're going to get irradiated, stick that one on, because whilst they are irradiating you, they are healing you. Can't be bad. Sometimes I'll put that one and swap it out with Fireproof. And Good Doggy, if you're going to eat canned dog meat, put that one on first, just makes the canned dog meat work that much better. Also, if you have the mutation carnivore, that will increase that as well. Over in Perception we've already looked at. And over in Strength, so we've got Bare Arms, so heavy guns don't weigh so much. We got Heavy Gunner card, Heavy Gunner, and Heavy Gunner. Bandolier, that makes your ammo way less. When I'm in power armor, I will sometimes swap Bare Arms out for Bullet Shield. So gain 60% damage resistance whilst firing heavy guns. Always a bonus. So as I said, that's if you want a shotgun build. Ordnance Express if you are carrying a lot of explosive stuff like 40mm or shotgun or mini nukes. And strong back, so if you've picked up too much junk and you're now too heavy to teleport, remove any one of those cards, apart from bear arms, and pop in strong back instead. So that is the cards and the legendary perks. Let's have a look at the mutations I have on this build. So if we pop over to effects, so I'm relatively a new build, so I haven't got that many mutations. We have adrenal reaction. So the more you get hit and the more your health goes down, the more your weapons will have a kick. That's why a lot of players are blooded. They have adrenal reaction, they get themselves down to about 19% health, and that's the magic number for most of the low health cards kicking in. But this is a full health build. That's still have it. It's always worth having. Bird bones. When you are in power armor and you drop from a distance, you do not do the stupid superhero land where it just wastes so much time. It stops you doing the stupid superhero landing. Eagle eyes. Your perception goes up and your critical damage by 75%. Critical damage is worth it. Electrically charged, I just had that one so I kept it. Chance to shock melee attackers. Beware though, if you're a low health build, electrically charged does damage you slightly as well. Marsupial, your carry weight goes up by 25. But the important one is it allows you to jump on buildings. Yes, Marsupial is the mutation that allows you to do those silly high jumps. Scaly skin. Your energy resistance goes up 62 and your damage resistance goes up by 62. That one's well worth having. Beware of the other one that sounds very similar. That will knock your energy resistance up a lot. I can't remember what it's called right now. Grounded, that's the one. Beware of that one because yes, it puts your energy resistance up, but grounded will reduce the effect of your energy weapons. You do not want that one. You want scaly skin. Speed demon. That's the one that allows you to run a little bit faster. That is not the main use of Speed Demon. Speed Demon helps you reload guns faster. When you don't have Speed Demon, you forget just how slow you reload guns. Unstable isotope. That's another good one. Nah, it's not. It's a chance to irritate melee attackers. So basically when them zombies and Scorched are beating on your ass, it will let off a little nuclear explosion that will do some damage to them. Also does some damage to you. So be careful. One which I'm missing, but I think I have recently bought it. So egghead serum, that means your intelligence goes up and your strength goes down. So this basically helps you get more XP. But here's the one I want. Herd mentality. Let's just quickly take that. Pop back into effects and show you what herd mentality does. This is a brilliant one if you play on teams all the time. So this one is +3 to all specials when in a group. So as long as you have joined a team, you have +3 to all of your specials. Downside is if you don't join a team, it's -2 to all your specials. So always be in a team. And that covers our mutations for today on this character. Now let's have a look at some of the weapons we're going to be rocking on this character. Now I'm going to cover the weapons that are easy to get. So we have a Gatling plasma. You do enough missions around the Scorch Queen, an area like that, you are going to pick up a Gatling plasma. You can also buy Gatling plasmas from most camp vendors. A very useful gun, mostly only useful, I would say, in Scorch events and taking down Scorch beasts. Most of the wind-up auto weapons are really designed for taking on either Scorches or the Marlurk Queens. Wind-up weapons, they're the ones that take a little bit to shoot. Oh, I'll do that in a second. Then we have the minigun. Let's go back to the Gatling plasma actually. Mutations that you really want: the rifled barrel and the beam focuser. Literally, beam focuser's the one you want. Rifle barrel just helps a little bit. I've got all these on aristocrat because I am an aristocrat build. If you are not an aristocrat build, the second best one on energy weapons is the anti-armor. Aristocrat will give you 50% damage as long as you are over 29,000 caps. Anti-armor will reduce the effectiveness of their armor by 50%. So the more armored they are, the better. And well, it's another 50% one. So aristocrat or anti-armor is pretty much the way you want to go. So if I find a really decent gun I want to buy and it knocks me significantly below 29,000 caps, I will swap over to an anti-armor variant. Same goes with the minigun. With that one, you definitely want to put on the accelerated barrels. That is the equivalent of faster fire rate. And you pretty much want to get the explosive one, if you can get your hand on it. If you can't get explosive, get the 25% faster fire rate. Man, that will just shred anything, especially if you've got a shredder on the front as well and you want to use it as a melee weapon. But that's a different story which we're not covering today. Back to the Gatling plasma. I have 50% critical damage, pretty much a wasted star because I'm not going to be using the Gatling gun on VATS. No, what you really want is the second star to be faster fire rate. I've done a video recently on aiming whilst firing. Damage whilst aiming? Nah, it's useless. You want faster fire rate. Third star, you definitely want 90% weight reduction, especially on heavy weapons. Another good one to get is the Gatling laser. This one I have the 25% faster fire rate on the second star. That's what you want. And then on the third star we have 10% to cause... you don't want that one. You want the 90% reduced weight. So always with the energy weapons, you want 25 whilst weapon speed, and you want the 90% weight reduction. Aristocrats 50 cal. Brilliant little weapon. So with the bullet guns, you always want the either bullets explode 20% weapon damage or the faster fire rates. Both both are good enough. This particular one I like because the bullet exploding does damage your weapon. So weapon breaks 50% slower is a good start on this one. Or as I was saying, you're looking for the 90% weight reduction. We've got the heavy barrel standard receiver. If you got the heavy barrel on, it's pointless to have the ultra sight bullets. Going back to Gatling Plasma and the minigun and the ultrasight Gatling laser. If you can't get aristocrats or anti-armor, zealots is good, because once again you tend to use these weapons mostly in the Queen Scorched Beast Queen event, and the zealots one will give you a 50% damage increase to them. Next one is a flamethrower. Always have yourself a flamethrower, especially if you can get a 25% faster fire rate one, because they will literally decimate anything that's close up to you in seconds. This one is a 25% damaged whilst aiming. Please note the 25% damaged whilst aiming is only 25% of base rate. So in reality it only adds about 10% damage. But hey, 10% extra damage and you've already got 50% extra damage because you're on an aristocrat weapon. I ain't going to complain. And it's a 90% weight reduction. But you want the 25% faster fire rate. Now this one happens to be a holy fire. You get this one, I do believe, from doing Beasts of Burden. Ooh, possibly Beast of Burden. If you do a quick Google search on Holy Fire, Fallout 76 Holy Fire, because if you just bog standard Google Holy Fire, you're going to get a whole bunch of different searches. So yeah, Google Fallout 76 Holy Fire. It will tell you how to get one. These are the best flamethrowers. They come with an added bonus of, as long as you don't fiddle around with the nozzles on them, they do medium damage without the effects of, see, a normal flamethrower, you've got long, medium and short. Long, the flame goes a long way but doesn't do that much damage. Medium, self-explanatory, medium flame distance, medium damage, and then you've got the short. Vaporized nozzle, I believe it is caused. It shoots about as far as a shotgun, which is pants, but does a lot of damage. But please notice, it's total pants. It's rubbish. You don't want it. You want to get yourself a holy fire. They're not that difficult to get hold of. Just watch the videos of how to get hold of a holy fire. You want one as a heavy gunner. And then the last weapon, I don't know if you really need it, but it's fun to have. It's the light machine gun, LMG. Once again, this is an aristocrat, and it is a bullet exploding. You do not want the 25% faster fire rate one. This is already a redonkulously fast shooting weapon. And as you see, its clip is only 75. Yeah, let's show you that in reality. Yeah, it's already one of the fastest. Yeah, look at it, I'm already, that pretty much almost used to 75. You don't want the faster firing rate in this one. This one, I will forgive you if you have the damage whilst aiming. What have I got on this one? Well, you want the bullets explode. You always want the bullets explodes if it's a bullet one. But if you can't, this one you do want the damage whilst aiming. And this one also has 50% damage resistance whilst aiming. So if I had the damaged whilst aiming with the 50% damage resistance whilst aiming perk, that would have been a lovely synergy, but I didn't, so there you go. And then you just want to carry yourself a little nuclear launcher. It technically isn't a heavy gun, so it isn't affected or affected by the heavy gun perk cards, but it is affected by the demolition X card, and having the bare arms does make it lighter. Those are the guns you want to aim for an early to mid-range heavy gunner build. When you have completed the game, you're going to want the Plasma Caster. Very good weapon. This is why, as a heavy gunner, I have on VATS cards. This is the gun you want to use in VATS. Calibrated capacitor makes the VATS better. Aligned sniper. It is just an awesome weapon to have as a mid to high end build. Is there anything we've missed out? Oh, of course, the cremator. This is currently a season 16 weapon. It is an exploding, fiery, burning flame launcher, and it is affected by heavy gun perks and the demolition perk. Currently available on the 16 scoreboard. You want this weapon. Forget the explosion, it's the fact of the burn. Look at that. 2,957 for 12 seconds. It pretty much over time melts anything. Even the Scorch Beast Queen and Earl. Watch videos on this. You know how to look them up. Even they are affected by the burn, and they're fairly burn resistant. If you have a blooded version of this, man, that burn goes up. But we're doing full health build today. We're at half an hour, so I'm going to leave that now, as we have done enough talk about this. And I will do a part 2 when I show you these weapons in action. So, I have been Nomadic Moth. This has been a full health heavy gun build with the best heavy guns that you can currently get for that build. I have been Nomadic Moth. If you have enjoyed this video, please click that thumbs up like button. And if you want to see more and you want to catch part 2, which I'll be recording either later on today or tomorrow, please hit the subscribe button and it will let you know when I have hosted it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this content. If I have missed anything out that you wish me to cover in part 2, please leave a comment underneath, and even if it's months after I have done this, I will still check the comments and I will answer accordingly. Thank you very much, and goodbye for now. Bye bye.